Hello, beautiful Pisces. This is a reading where I mistake the 5 for the 6 and the 7 before I ever started the reading. But the funny part of it is that you're going to see that part right at the end. So stay tuned and then watch how I fumbled it completely the first time I tried to record this. Have a great week, Pisces. Come on in. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I do Pisces reading 3 times a week for you with different divination tools. But, of course, Sunday is always reserved to the Celtic Cross and your energies for the week. Now, I've already pulled a couple of cards, but I have to restart this video, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I screwed up. I mean, honestly, I have to tell you, I screwed up. I pulled this card and I kept talking about it. Like at first it was the 7 of Wands, then the 6 of Wands, only to realize it's the 5 of Wands. Like, color me not knowing what the heck the cards are. So I decided to stop it and I'm going to begin again. And it's not because I said anything wrong. I was actually reading the image more than the number. But instead of like bringing mass confusion to everybody, I just decided I was going to start again. So here we go. We are going to have a new moon in Gemini, and that's going to bring in some interesting stuff. Now, of course, I didn't look at it, and I should. Let me see. Okay. Jane, you really got to get organized, you know? But no, I'm a Pisces. I don't want to be organized. I want to be free-flowing and just let it go. But this new moon's very positive and also aligns harmoniously with Venus and Mars. So it augurs well for romance. And expecting good, if you go into it expecting good things, you just might get them. Okay? So I like that very, very much. You have imagination here that came in. And with it, it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. I like it. It's got a nice little fan going on here. And I picked this deck. It's the Star Spinner Tarot, or I call it my fairy tale deck. I picked that first, and then this card came out. Look at the colors of it, and talking about imagination. So this week, I feel it's going to be inspirational for you. It's going to be full of imagination and creativity. It's going to bring a lot. Okay, so let's go into the card that caused me such grief. It's the 5 of Wands that came out. And when I looked at it, I said, look, she's up there protecting stuff, like protecting the wands, the 5. But then on closer look, I could see that she's kind of pondering. You see that? She's like, I'm wondering. And I realized this is a 5 of Wands. This is about brainstorming solutions. This is about trying to figure something out. But she's still holding these 5 wands, like really close to her, like, and above, like, these are floating above things. They're not just, on the ground. So this may be about maybe harboring some choices, like you're brainstorming problems, but you're also holding the problems by having them up here. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how it starts this week. Let's see what the tangle or the block is. This is what I call it in my Life Path Number channel. By the way, if you haven't joined, go ahead and do that. It's really cool. And the High Priestess, and I've already gotten her today. I already saw this one today. Okay. The block is a High Priestess. You know, I feel by looking at this High Priestess, I feel that maybe the number 2, as in, it's about receiving and weighing in. It's about getting inner wisdom and, seeking answers within yourself, higher self. Be quiet and listening to your dreams. But I feel that in this case, this High Priestess is maybe not helping you the way she should. And I'm going to say this right now. Sometimes when you get caught up in just trying to figure things out, you think that it's the High Priestess, but it's actually the brain. And this is what I feel this is. I feel that this isn't your intuition that's helping you. It's the brain. So it's not the High Priestess that's the problem. It's your brain making you think that you're High Priestess. You're thinking that you may have started out on an intuitive site, okay? You've used your imagination and you came up, let's say, with an idea. It came intuitively. You were intuitively journaling and something came in. And then suddenly you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, there's this and that and this and all of these problems that I've got to brainstorm or figure out. And you're thinking that it's coming from the receptivity of the High Priestess, but it's not the High Priestess. So that's the block. You thinking that the blocks that you are trying to figure out is inspirational intuition. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. So let's go into it. Let's go into it. Okay. So let's look at your ground. What's grounding you this week? Let's take a look at that one. Whoa, okay. It's the Knight of Chalice. Is that the Knight or the King? Is that the King? I haven't worked with this deck a lot. I don't think it's the Knight. The Knight has a... So it's got to be the King. The King of Chalice. Okay, the grounding force for you this week is the calmness of the King of Cups. Yeah. The reason that I don't think it's because look at this image. It doesn't look like the king at all. But although he does have that water thing in his mouth, that sphere of water, it's just hard to picture a dragon as a king of cups. But we'll go with it because this is a fairy tale deck. We'll go with it. So let's see what your crown is. Let's see how it's working together. I think your ability to stay calm as all of this is probably what is helping you a lot. And if you do the King of Cups, especially with imagination, it kind of suits, it fits. Oh, and the card just went flying. Let's take a look. Oh. Okay. And your crown is the world. And she's literally sitting on top of the world. Literally sitting on top of the world right here. You see that? The more I read into this, the more I feel like it's something that you're looking at from the beginning to the end. It feels like a project. It feels like something that has a definite beginning, a middle, and the end for you. You're trying to bring this to life. And the reason that you're sitting here with all of these questions is because you want to know the answer so that you can get to the resolution of it or get to the end of wherever you want to go. The more I feel like it started out like a passion project, an imagination, but then you put too much reality into it. And it's not too much reality, okay? I don't want you to be going like, oh, you know, I can't live in a dream world. Some things need to be done. I am completely I understand. I mean, it's when you put too much reality into it, okay? Reality that doesn't need to be put into it. Okay, so in before land, in the recent past, you had the Page of Coins and the Lovers come in. I love this because it's like a harmonizing thought that grew into something, an idea, a possibility, right? The Lovers, it's so inspiring. It's to be in love, just that card itself. It does. It brings your imagination to fruition. And that's where I feel like the thought came from, right? You were inspired to do something, and then your imagination kicked in, and your lovers like were just like, I love the hell out of this. This is such a great idea. And your Page of Coins got involved, and everybody was kind of working together. Like, I got inspired to do something, to, you know, get involved in a relationship, to be part of something, to start a new idea. And there you go. What's coming in for the near future? Oh, this is such a pretty card. I love the way that she holds her hand to her heart and then gives, and he does too. That is such a beautiful card. I absolutely love it. Look at the angel in the background. Even this Page of Coins. Such beauty. Okay, these are like my favorite cards so far. Oh, jeez, and they don't want to stay on the table. That much I can tell you. Okay. And then what's coming in? The Emperor. Stability. So in the near future, you're going to feel more stable in this idea. Whatever this is, I feel that you're going to veer more towards, I don't know, feeling like you're accomplishing something. Getting it done. Getting it complete. Getting it more grounded. You know, I'm going to tell you, I came into this reading thinking I wanted to feel like, you know, dreamy and ethereal and kind of like all, you know, flighty and floaty and stuff. And really and truly, it's not giving me that vibe at all. I feel like I was feeling this morning. I looked out the window. I was doing my normal little routine and feeling uninspired. And it's not that I have a terrible life. I have a fabulous life, okay? I have beautiful guides. I have, I mean, wonderful ancient threads going through me, a beautiful anchor who helps me, a counterpart, both spiritually, a counterpart who is physically with me. I'm like the luckiest girl in the world. But today, for some reason, as I was making my coffee and preparing bunny hair greens, I thought to myself, well, that's kind of meh. You know, I'm meh. It's like the motion or the magic of it had kind of left the building. So I sat in front of an open window and let the breeze catch my hair, and suddenly I was re-inspired. Not because it was anything fantastic, but because for a moment, it wasn't all about the grind. It wasn't about the things I had to do. It was the inspiration that came in when I allowed myself to be quiet. Quiet with the King of Cups. And knowing, not holding on too tightly to the fact that things were going to be moving in the direction that they're moving. Okay? See, the inspiration came in, and it was great, and it was wonderful. But then the stability is what comes in, and you can even feel the weight of him here. Do you understand? Look at him. He almost looks weighted down. Look at his hand leaning. It's like I'm lifting up the scepter, but it's almost like the weight of it is a little bit rough. And I think that's the point to this. We have to try to balance everyday life with a little bit of magic. And that magic doesn't have to be fabulous, okay? It doesn't mean that you're in La La Land. It can mean you can just sit in front of an open window and talk to robins and sparrows and look at the lilac trees like I did. You don't need to be doing anything fantastic, but you need to recapture the magic that makes you feel like you're living a magical life, not one of routine, of annoyance, okay? So how do others see you? Let's see this. This is the Six of Wands, but it came in. No, I have the deck reversed. Okay, comes up right. Others see you as very, very successful, victorious, okay? As such, people would look at my life and think, oh, she has a fantastic life. She gets up when she wants and she does what she wants. I still have a schedule. I still have things to do, right? I still look around my house and think, oh, I have a ton of things to do and I'm not doing them. So everybody's life looks better than yours until you are living that life. I thought that for a long time. So a lot of people right now may be looking at your life and going, oh, look, they're dreaming big with their imagination. But it's not all like popsicles and cotton candy. Some of it is actually quite difficult, and some of it is a little bit weighty. That's what I was going to say. So how do you feel? How do you feel? Yeah. And there it is, okay? That's so funny because I started the reading thinking this was the 6 and the 7 of Wands, and there they are, okay? Now that's my magic moment right here. Jane's going, magic moments. Absolutely. I have magic moments, okay? That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay, so at the end of this video, I'm going to put the beginning of the first one that I did. Okay? I'm going to put the beginning so that you can see that I actually said that. Yeah, you know you wanna. You know you wanna. Okay. I might repeat a few things, but it's okay. You're going to want to listen to it. So the 6 and the 7. Yeah. It feels like victory to them, but to you, it's like you're fighting it, right? You're fighting the cause. You're up on that hill going, I'm fighting for what? I feel that you have the magic, but you're trying to put it in practical everyday guidelines, and it's causing you a little bit of push and pull. Maybe when they were talking about Mars and Venus, that's exactly what I say. They're in harmony. But wait, you're forgetting that you're supposed to be harmonious here. Because Mars is a planet of war and Venus is a planet of love. So this makes perfect sense. You're at odds with each other. You're like, gotta make it happen, but gotta dream it. Gotta solve the problem, but gotta stay calm, you know? Gotta be intuitive about it. I feel like there's one going after the other, and you just don't know. Just like I didn't know what this card was after a while. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, this is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Oh, I just gave myself more work now, didn't I, for editing. It's okay. It's okay. Jane don't mind. Jane don't mind. I want to show you the magic. All right. So, let's see here. And I already saw this card too. Your hopes and fears. The Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment. These couldn't be better in the way they come out. I'm going to tell you why. It's because the Wheel of Fortune is like you're hoping for the best, but bracing for the worst. And that's what I feel like you're doing. And this thing is the same thing. This Judgment card is the same thing. It's like you're looking at everything. This is a time of reckoning, review, but also rite of passage. Okay? Resolving issues. Forgiving yourself, change, release, review. You're doing a lot of that right now. It's like going mid-change and thinking to yourself, oh, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know how that's going to happen, right? How is it going to move in that direction without me doing a major review about everything before the world comes in? You're doing that. Is there anything I've got to really look in and you know, scratch off my dance card before I move forward? It's all business right now for you, I feel. While the magic is trying to creep in, the magic's trying to push you in that direction, and your mind is going, but I have a checklist. All right, so let's look at the outcome. The 8 of Cups. You know what I see there? Oh, I'm going to take another one. I'm going to take another one because what I feel is that she's left the big house. Like that big house on the hill. She's looking at it. And yeah, she doesn't really want to. Yeah, no, yeah. You have the devil here. So yeah, these two are together. Okay. So, you want to leave this behind, but I look at her face and I don't feel like she feels that she can. And the devil is here, like, you know, look at the people bound here. They're stuck. Okay, I feel that you feel stuck. That's what I feel that you are. I feel you feel stuck in the way that you're doing things and how you're thinking about things. So I'm really glad I'm doing this reading. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm going to do what I usually don't do. I'm going to continue. I'm going to do a couple more cards. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to better maneuver. The first one is, of course, imagination card. Okay? I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Listen to that sentence. You embrace and nourish the creative aspect of your mind. It's time to do that. Okay, it's time to do that. Let's take another card from here. Because I've read your week, and yeah, this comes in, but this doesn't help. For me, it doesn't help. Okay, it doesn't help. It helps, but it doesn't. Because, I mean, you're going, great. I'm going to be going through my week, and I'm going to feel like, you know, stuck. In other words, in between beautiful imagination and creativity and inspiration, and stuck in the margins of a clipboard. Why? Yeah. How do I get out of that? Well, the first one I told you. Failure. Understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a fear of failure. You're doing all of this clipboard stuff because you're afraid that you're going to fail. You're afraid you're going to fail. It's a real thing. It's a scary thing. Look. Failure happens, okay? We've all done it. You've done something and then it doesn't work out. And you're going, oh, well, that sucked. That sucked ass. Pardon my French. And then what do you do with it? What do you do with it, Pisces? You move on. We move on. Why does it have to be the pinnacle? Why does it have to be the world card? What's the outcome going to be? Am I going to succeed or am I going to fail? Why can't it just be an adventure? Why can't you just take one thing at a time, solve the problems you do without it being the end-all and be-all of everything that you do? Okay? Take one thing, move forward. Take another thing, move forward. Take another thing, move forward. If you wake up on that day and you go, I don't feel it today, well, then you don't feel it today. Get inspired a different way. Look out of window. Go take a walk. Go watch a bird look at you cross-eyed because you just invaded their territory, and laugh at it. Okay, the only time that this beautiful castle that you create for yourself becomes a prison is when you let it become a prison. It's when you let it become a prison. We live a beautiful life, but we let our mind create obstacles. We let our mind tell ourselves, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. What's the next thing? What's happening? Balance. Look at this. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And that also means something else, Pisces. That means that sometimes you're not going to feel great. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you say to your mind's going to go, nope, not feeling it today. Got the t-shirt, still not happy with it. Nope, didn't like that at all. Without judgment. Not everything needs a spreadsheet, Pisces. Not everything needs a spreadsheet. Not everything needs to be of where I'm going next, what I'm doing next time, how am I going to solve this, what am I going to do. Sometimes it's just one thing at a time. Today, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to do that. It's not about succeeding at it. It's just getting the work done. It's just getting it done. Okay? You find a state of perfect harmony when you're doing what you love or not. Tomorrow you may feel like doing it. Today you don't feel like doing it. That's fine. Whatever brings harmony to your life. I could have come in today and said, I need to do these readings right away, da 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 da, and that would have like completely taken a balance out of my day. Okay? I could have done, I'm making coffee, I'm making greens, I got to do 35 readings, da 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 da, right? And I would have come here with a space and a voice that was a job. I'm here to help. This is my job. Instead of my inspired living. So instead, I stopped. I stopped the treadmill of life. I sat on my little love seat, stared out my window, even thought, I'm going to turn this love seat around so that I can put my feet on the windowsill and look out the window. I don't care how it looks. It's going to feel fabulous. Instead of having to turn myself all the way around in this seating position, I'll be able to sit there with my coffee in the morning and watch the birds, come to the window, talk to me, watch my lilac trees. Yes, I'm doing it. And just that half hour, just that pause was enough to rebalance me, to make me want to come here and talk to you about it, to make me pull out this spread and go, look, your life doesn't need to be a spreadsheet. Even when you're living the life of your dreams, even when you're planning on living this inspired life that you created right here, you don't need to always be pretending that you're feeling it. Sometimes you need to take a moment, a pause. Take a still moment in your life and call it what it is. I'm not feeling it right now. And even if other people don't care what other people think. Well, I wish I had your life. Well, that's great. You go for it. You wish and you do it. You do what you need to do to get the life that you love. But it's not going to stop from me some days feeling like, today is not the day. And instead of trying to push it, trying to figure it out like here, trying to solve the problems and call it intuition when actually it's just your brain saying take a break. Be inspired. Be the high priestess instead of the mind guru that you're trying to be. Then you get the magic back. Okay? So here, I'm giving you some advice. I'll pull one more. And I mean, you know, I'm giving you some, this is primo stuff. Abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And that includes space and time to be inspired by other things than what you're doing. Okay? Because I just posted a video on soul awareness, and it's about when gratitude feels hollow. And that's what we do. We sit around doing mantras and going, I'm grateful for my pen, I'm grateful for my pen. And that's annoying, okay? Because sometimes we don't mean it. We got to feel it from inside. And some people, there must be something broken or wrong with me if I don't feel it from inside when I have everything in my life. And that's wrong. You're allowed to feel ungrateful and unhappy and not beat yourself up about it. We are humans, we're complicated, we have moods, we have hormones, we have everything. We have everything going for us and bombarding us at different times of different days, weeks, months, years. It is okay to feel the way you feel. And as soon as you acknowledge something, the way it feels, like I did this morning, because I started, oh, you should be grateful, stop complaining, people would die for the life that you have. You just kind of walk around and just, do your thing. And yeah, they're going, oh, cry me a river. I'm sure they're going, cry me a river, Jane. Yeah. And then I thought, but they're not inside of me. They don't feel what I feel. They haven't lived my life. If they did, they might feel the same or not. But it doesn't really matter. It's not about them. It's about me. And then I decided to just stop. And like I said, drink a coffee, look out a window, and get inspired as I felt the breeze hitting my hair, that spring breeze coming in, making me feel alive again, breathing in the cool, warm air of May, and watching everything, noticing the tree my father planted before he died and how big it's gotten. The lilacs that were blooming around it that he would love, absolutely love, because he loved lilacs. The humming of the bees around it. They create their own vibration. And suddenly, things felt a lot better. Sometimes it won't be that. Sometimes it'll be a nap. Sometimes it'll be a day off, a day at the spa. It doesn't really matter. Allow yourself to want to feel better in a different way, even if while you are trying to create the beautiful life that you are building. Get yourself away from these restrictions, these feelings of blah, these feelings of, why do I want more? Because today, you do. We live a life of variation, of polarity, of different things. Okay? Even when we get the dream, even when we're living the dream, we still feel sometimes unfulfilled. Because we do the best that we can be when we are challenged and striving for things. So beat yourself up less this week. Use these things to help you. Imagination, reformat failure into learning experiences, balance out what feels in balance, not like with no balance, okay? And abundance. Know that you're limitless. You don't have to have one path or one thought, or you don't have to do all of that. You are abundant. Yes, you live in abundance. You're just being, you're in abundance. But sometimes we need to just go back and re-inspire. That's all. Sometimes we need to acknowledge we're not feeling the greatest, and we need something else to make us feel a little better. Okay? Now, of course, I'm not telling this to people who are going to go shopping and spend money they don't have. This is escapism. There's a difference. This is a wound or a healing that you need to do for yourself. And I feel like I have to add this because some people are going to go shopping. And yeah, if you have the money for it, great. Go. You can do a little shopping. But you know, shopping is just feeding something inside of you. Okay? I sat in front of a window. That's not feeding. That's just pausing. That's stillness. That's simplicity. Okay? I'm not replacing something to fill it with something else. So just make sure that you know the difference between these things. And that's it. That's it for me. I'm going to do a charm reading and a tea leaf reading. Hopefully, I'm going to get them all done like today for the week. And that's going to be here for you too this week. Also, we are in the last week of the month, so there will be the monthly. I will do that. I don't know today or tomorrow, but I will do it. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces. I'm going to leave all the links to my other channels. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm going to put the beginning of the other reading at the end here, so you can have a good laugh while I'm trying to figure out if this is the 6 or the 7. Because I'm telling you, it really happened, and I was it's so funny now that I think about it. So, love, light, and blessings. There's going to be channels at the end of that little part, and there's Life Path Number Tarot, Soul Awareness, Tarot Guide with AI, and of course there's going to be a playlist, not a playlist, but a next video that you might want to watch right up here. Thank you so much for being here, and keep watching. Okay, keep watching on Tuesday and Thursday if you need like little shoring up, little boost in in morale and to help you like keep the inspiration alive, I'll be here. I'll help you out with that. I promise. Take care of yourself. Bye for now. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to your reading for the week. We are looking at the last week of May. Yeah, we're going right into June. Here we go. Full speed ahead. So it's going to be from the 25th to the 31st of May. Yeah, it is. And I just knew that I had to take this deck. It's the, what is it called? It's called the Star Spinner Tarot. Now, of course, I've modified it. I took out the edges because I love the pictures and I just didn't want the borders on it. So I took the borders out and then I colored the edges. Yeah, I did. That was a long time ago now. So it makes it a smaller deck, but it doesn't matter. It's still very relevant, very beautiful, very potent. And of course I took the journeys, the soul's journey. And of course what came out was imagination, because this is like I call this one my fairy tale deck. So what are we doing this week? I don't know, Pisces, but it has to do with fairy tales, okay? You're going to feel inspired this week. Yeah, you're definitely going to feel something this week, for sure. I think I have, wait a minute, I still have what's going on. I'm just going to take a quick look here, because I'm pretty sure that we have a moon coming up, and I want to see what it is. Okay, so that's May 26th. Express yourself. So it's going to be the new moon in Gemini. I'm trying to see if it's bringing in anything intense energy. Okay. Okay, Mercury has kept moving forward since May, and under this new moon is going to be harmonizing with Pluto. A chance to right a wrong, to say the thing you meant but didn't because you were too angry, to clear your head now that the mental toxicity has been cleared out. So if you need to kiss and make up with someone, make that one of your intentions under this new moon. Okay? So this is, it aligns harmoniously with Venus and Mars. So it augurs well for romance. Yeah, I figured as much. I figured, because this week I'm feeling some kind of, I don't know, inspired thing. Yeah. So it says, imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. It's so beautiful. This looks like a fan to me. This looks like a pretty fan. Okay, the airy imagination. This is sitting in front of a window and letting yourself just go off, okay, into something beautiful. I actually did it this morning. The birds were chirping. I saw a robin. I saw some sparrows. I was just looking at everything and just kind of letting the day take me away. It was beautiful. And I think this is what this is talking about, that energy. Get out of stagnation. Because even if you have a beautiful routine in the morning, and I do, sometimes it's still a routine. You're still feeling stuck to something. So if you're able to finally do something about it like that, it's helping you out. Okay, so let's take the energy for the week. Let's take a look at what's coming in from this beautiful deck. Okay. So the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Interesting. What is she doing? What is she doing? It's like she's protecting these wands, isn't it? It's almost like she's above, but kind of protecting these wands. That's what I feel. She's above ground, and she's like looking down, almost wondering like, what do I do with this? How do I deal with this? Yeah. Actually, it's the Six of Wands. It isn't the Seven of Wands. But she still looks like that. It's almost like the number doesn't really matter for this, because this is usually the card of victory. But what I'm feeling from this card has nothing to do with defending. It's more like protecting your good fortune. That's what I feel like. I feel like this is like, I've got something good going and I just want to protect it. I want to keep it close to me. But she's also looking like she's questioning. Do you see her hand to her mouth? Like, just going like, actually, this isn't even the 6. This is the 5. Okay.